Hello there folks, this is DDR Cat here, just making just pretty much a little video to show off some cool things about a game called Fast and Light, which is FTL. It's a spaceship simulation real-time roguelike created by Matthew Davis and Justin Ma. It's actually it's really fun, and the really interesting thing is that it was actually, they were trying to do it out of their own pocket to begin with before they started to get really low on funds, and they turned around and put it on Kickstart a good while ago now, and said, look guys, we're trying to make this game, if you give us a little bit we can actually finish it up and get it out to you guys. And the actual fan response is just incredible. Within a day they had, I think it was 200% of what they asked for. They'd only asked for about $1,000 to actually manage to finish wrapping this up, and at the end of it they got over $100,000 given to them to try and finish and publish this game, which it now is. As you can obviously, I've actually got it. I can't say I contributed to the Kickstart, so thank you everyone who did actually contribute to allow this game to actually get made. I'm actually just here to show you something really something I find really interesting, in the fact that the developers have actually been pretty clever when they've created the game. A lot of developers, when they go to make a video game, they set it up within what they consider normal parameters. And so you set it up so that you know, for example, we shall use FTL. In this, you can never have more than 4 shields. You use more power to get more shields, and so you can never really have more than 4. And a lot of developers would make it so that when you go beyond these limits, the game, well, not intentionally created, but when you take it beyond those limits, the game will more than likely fall over and crash, because it gets to an unexpected memory value. But this is where the developers of Fast and Light are actually really quite clever. I have cheat engines set up with a couple of pointers right now, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cheat like heck. So let's just go really fun. There we go. Let's put me to 10,000 scrap, and heck, just to be really amusing, I'll even show you that you can take, the way this has been programmed so well, you can take anything beyond its limits. Some things will reset themselves, but it is really interesting to see. So for example, this is the hull set to 30, and this will reset itself. But if I go ahead and edit on my cheat engine, so there we go, it's now at 40. And the odd thing is that as I fill this hole beyond its actual limit, if you watch the planet in the background actually starts to change colour, because there's that much, I'm assuming simply because of how many colours there are on the screen at the time. So it's kind of really amusing just to watch it do that, and the health bar just go like that. Of course, once you unpause it, it does just set the health bar back to normal. But the interesting thing is that some of it is actually completely coded in such a way that it scales completely, even if it goes beyond the normal limits of the game. In particular, the one that I would like to show you is the shields, because anyone who's played this game probably knows that you can get your ship upgraded through the ship system at the cost of scrap. And if you get it all the way up to the top, you then have, and let's just literally max it all out here by everything we can, and eventually, once we're all done, you can then assign more power to the ship, and gradually the shields will charge up. This is obviously once we eventually unpause the game. There we go, and now I've got 4 bits of shield and it will gradually charge up. But see, here's the interesting thing. Using external programs like Cheat Engine, you can actually take it beyond its maximum limits, as I've been saying in this video. And the developers have programmed it in a way that it doesn't just actually crash when you do this. So what I'm going to do is, at the moment there is 2, 4, 6, 8 power in the shields. Its maximum, its actual capacity is 8, and it's actually got full 8 power in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take its capacity to 20, and immediately you saw that this is all the way up here, and this is actually now confused. It doesn't say max there at all, but hey, that's fine. And if I wanted to, I could quite happily click on it, put more power in. I don't have enough in my ship though. But here's the really fun thing. If I now go and cheat it to full, and then unpause it, it's actually going to start charging the shields beyond that cap, which is just really impressive. This can lead to some rather amusing results. I've done this once or twice just to try things out. We'll jump from sector to sector, see if we can find it, because if we can find a area where, oh dear, well, we're in a, well, we're going to probably get trouble from the sun right there. But whilst we're sat here waiting for the ship to come out of cloak, if a couple of times when I've gone flying around with this just to experiment how well it worked, I've gone into a asteroid sector, and I believe the challenge of the asteroids is based on how many shields you have, because the shields have gotten pummeled when I've gone into one of these asteroid areas, and there have been a crazy amount of asteroids just flying around. It rocked the other ship before I could even do anything, even with one of the FTL preloaders, so that the weapons are ready as soon as you finished after your jump. And let's just quickly see if we can find somewhere. We'll go over here. I mean, yeah, everyone said, you know, there's probably going to be people who will turn around and say in this video, oh, why do you cheat? What's the point in that? It's going to ruin the game. I didn't cheat just for cheating, and this is a completely separate folder that I'm running this particular one from. I'm playing legitly. It's just I decided I would have a fiddle around with the memory to see what was possible within the game's limits, and it was going to be I thought it was going to be quite amusing. It's actually been more amusing than I expected, because the developers are that clever. I thought the game was just going to struggle if I fiddled with things beyond these limits. It just goes to show that the developers were really clever about when they were making their game. So kudos to them on that part. Hopefully we'll find a asteroid sector at some point. So unfortunately, you're going to just have to hold on whilst I jump around. Alright, here we go. I just restarted the game, and hopefully got myself into a sector. And look at this, just all these asteroids. I wasn't even doing anything. That was in like moments, and just before I know it, they're completely dead. Watch, look at this. This is crazy. My ship is getting rocked. The only way I'm living right now is simply because I have my ship's health locked to that full number. Oh god, no, all of my crew members died because of that. It was just wow. So it's just crazy. I've lived there a couple of times, and the other times I've gone there. But I mean, it goes to show it's insane. But yeah, I mean, look, my power is all the way up here. You can do all sorts of crazy stuff with this, simply because the developers were actually that clever about it. The process to develop again, I simply used a cheat engine for doing this. The particular cheat engine that I have will unfortunately only work with the ones that you would get that aren't through Steam. So if you didn't get this through Steam because the EXE is different, or it might just be because it's a later version and the locations in the memory have changed. I don't know if I'll offer the file, because I don't know if I want to let everyone cheat at such a great game, but the process is pretty simple, and anyone who's actually really interested could probably figure it out for themselves in rather quickly. I mean, it only took me a couple of minutes, perhaps half hour, to really find most of the things that I can obviously fiddle around with here. So I mean, thank you for watching, and hope you thought it was educational.